Spirits chasing shadows in the darkest maze. Footsteps echo in the empty hall. Mysteries waiting on our call. Bigfoot stomping through the pines. Aliens sending secret signs. EVPs in the dead of night. Ghosts dancing in the pale moonlight. Paranormal for what we bring it to you. Truth behind the veil, gotta pursue you.
Hello.
Hello.
How's everybody doing on this awesome Thursday
evening?
Yes. We've got a nice show for you tonight. We'll talk about a curse.
Oh, yeah.
The
curse.
So, last Saturday was an awesome show.
Yes.
Loved having Adam Davies on. It was fun. And
yeah, he's a great guy.
He is. And it's funny that we got our first official hater off of that show too.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I hope he comes on tonight.
Yeah. So we could delete him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, baby girl.
Hey, baby girl Casper, how you doing?
Yep, we're warm.
Oh man, I'm actually burning up. Got 2 shirts on.
I still gotta mail you that book. I've been behind.
Dang.
I'm gonna get David to sign it tonight, and I'll get it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Tonight we're gonna be talking about the dark, bloody ground, dragging Canoe, and his curse that he put on some land in East Tennessee. Right?
Yes.
It's going to be bloody.
It's going to be a bloody good show.
So we're going to talk. Well, that's good. Hope you're ready for Christmas, baby girl.
Yep. Well, thank you.
So we're going to be talking about a local legend, the moment a fierce leader spoke a prophecy that many believe cursed the very ground beneath our feet.
Wait, not my feet, right?
No, not our feet.
Okay, good.
I mean, are we in the valley? We're East Tennessee River Valley.
Yeah.
So I guess it could be.
Ooh.
So he wanted to ensure that this land would forever remain a dark and bloody ground. Now we're talking about the great Cherokee war chief dragging Canoe. To understand the curse, we got to look at who he was first. Dragging Canoe was born in the 1730s. He was a son of the influential peace chief Atakakula Kula. Yeah, I said that right.
You did. Good job.
So he grew up witnessing the steady, relentless encroachment of white settlers, first from Europe and later from the American colonies on his people's ancestral territories. So by 1775, the pressure was immense. Settlers organized by land speculators like Richard Henderson and the Transylvania Company. They were hungry for the prime land that stretched from the Watauga River deep into what is now Kentucky.
It's crazy.
Yep, Christmas is 2 weeks away.
I know, it's crazy.
Wow.
I've been thinking I've got 4 days of vacation left. Should I take it or not? I think I'm just going to cash it out.
Right.
Because I really can't take it. So now the pivotal moment that Jason was just talking about arrived in March 1775. Is the Treaty of Sycamore Shoals. It's near where is now Elizabethton, Tennessee. Now, this was less a treaty and more of a forced purchase. That didn't never happen.
No.
Nah. Many Cherokee leaders, worn down by previous wars and fearful of total annihilation, reluctantly agreed to sell millions of acres. Now, Dragon Canoe was not happy, and he was pretty mad at the fact. He stood against his own people and spoke directly to the settlers, delivering his famous warning. This was not a plea for peace. It was a promise of devastation. And this is what he says. You have bought a fair land, but there is a black cloud hanging over it. You will find its settlement dark and bloody.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason. How you doing? So yeah, you have bought a fair land, but there's a black cloud hanging over it, and you will find its settlement dark and bloody. Crazy, right? Then he refused to sign the treaty and shattered the ceremonial clay pipe on the ground. Now, to the settlers, it was a threat. Maybe to us today, we might see that as the moment that the land itself was actually tainted. So, Dragon Canoe kept his word. He immediately broke away, taking hundreds of followers, mostly young warriors known for their defiance, south down the Tennessee River. Now, they established a new town near the river gorges in the present-day Chattanooga area. They called themselves the Chickamauga Cherokee. And for the next 20 years, they waged a relentless border war against the settlers. Now, this conflict, known as the Chickamauga Wars, made the entire frontier from Knoxville down to Alabama a true dark and bloody ground. Every cabin raised, every field tilled was done under the constant threat of attack. Now, the sheer amount of violence and the continuous ambush and reprisal fulfilled the prophecy, and according to local beliefs, saturated the East Tennessee landscape with spiritual trauma.
Yeah. You know, even it's just wild what words can do.
Right? Well, you know, our words have power. And we talk about this quite a bit during some of our shows, but we talk about manifesting and things like that. And when we speak things into existence and we manifest these things into real life, I think that if it's done out of enough hatred, it could really do, you know, some bad stuff.
And plus, I mean, you got the fact that Native Americans were more spiritual than the settlers.
Yeah.
And it would be easy to manifest something.
Yeah, especially when your whole belief system would tell you that you could do something like that.
Yeah. So, Dragon Canoe's warning ensured 2 decades of bloodshed. But how does this morph into a curse? So, in folklore, when a land experiences persistent, intense suffering, be it war, disease, or betrayal, it becomes what we call haunted.
Yes.
The spirits can't rest, and the energy of the violence lingers. And that energy manifests as shadows, figures, unsettling feelings, and bad luck for anyone who disturbs the ground. So,
don't seek the treasure.
hey,
overly overstocked.
Oscars. Overtly overstocked. Oscars is in his house.
Yes. Hope you're doing good and ready for Christmas.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. So all this trauma is multi-layered for the settlers.
Right.
It was the persistent fear of ambush, the loss of children, and the constant battle. For the Chickamauga Cherokee, it was the trauma of displacement, continuous battle, and the inevitable destruction of their towns. So this was not one battle, it was a generational conflict over sacred land.
Right.
You know, it's often said that the energy of a place retains the echoes of its most intense emotions. So when we visit the most haunted spots in East Tennessee, are we encountering a traditional ghost, or are we experiencing the residual energy?
Mm-hmm.
Could be of Dragon Canoe.
I think it's possible. I mean, again, you know, I think, and me and you've talked about it quite a few times, even when we go and do a lot of our talks and stuff, that the majority of what people encounter when they have something that happens to them, the majority of it is residual.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot more rare for it to be, you know, other than residual.
Go ahead.
Let's see, trying to see where you left off there. Am I there?
On down.
It's this one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's what I get for not keeping up. Now, the final tragedy for the Chickamauga towns happened after Dragon Canoe's death. Now, the militias burned Nickajack, Running Water, and others to the ground. Then, for almost 2 centuries later, the Tennessee Valley Authority arrived. Woo! We know what happened when they came.
Yeah, they flooded everything.
Yes. So the TVA built dams to control the river and generate power. But now in this process, they deliberately flooded the ancestral valleys of the Chickamauga. Now the water covered up the ruins of their homes, their sacred sites, and in many cases, their unmarked burial grounds. It was an ultimate act of erasure and final displacement. That, I think, when you want to talk about residual hauntings or hauntings of any kind, I think when you displace people, especially people that are buried, that are already deceased, they're already gone, and then you try to erase their thought,
Mm-hmm.
the thought of them even ever being there, I think that will raise a lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of energy gets pulled up from that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, there's 3 locations that have felt the most from this curse. So, number 1,
Oh no.
the Hell's Bar Dam. I would like to go there sometime.
Yeah.
I know that it's under new ownership, but
Mhm.
are they doing anything with it? Have you heard?
I'm not for sure.
Last time I heard, they weren't doing any tours or nothing.
Yeah, I think they quit doing the tours.
Yeah, that sucks. Now the construction of this dam in the early 1900s was plagued by engineering disasters. For a decade, the porous limestone foundation of the riverbed seemed to fight the builders every step of the way. Hundreds of workers died building it by drowning, collapsing into sinkholes, and crushed by equipment. Now, there's a local legend that directly attributes these failures to Dragon Canoe's curse. The river refused to be contained. The dam never worked properly and leaked constantly until it was finally decommissioned. Now, today, the abandoned powerhouse is a notorious hotspot. Investigators report seeing shadowy figures of workers, hearing screams from the depths of the dam, and experiencing strange electrical phenomenon. Now, which is a clear sign, many believe, that the land has rejected the settlers' attempt to subdue the river.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I've watched, because when I was hearing that they were opening it back up and stuff, I was hoping that they was going to let people start doing tours of it and stuff like that. I'd watched a lot of people that had gone in and done paranormal investigations and stuff there. A lot of crazy things happen there. I saw where on this one, there was a platform and you clearly see a shadow figure come over, and like it started to go down the stairs,
Hmm.
just as black as night. But it was a person. You could see that it was a person.
Yeah.
You could hear like what sounded like people talking, just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I seen one where it was, I don't know if we're talking about the same one, but they was up and it looked like windows to me. And this thing
Yeah, it was a
walked
platform
all the way across and
Yes.
started to go. Yeah,
Yep,
that's
same
the same
one. Yep, same one. Yeah, that was like a control room or something, maybe.
Yeah.
On a platform that was up high. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Some crazy stuff has gone on there. And you know, you could attribute that to a lot of things, but I think death can do it. I think a curse could definitely do it. But you know, a lot of times I think when you work in an environment and say something like that would probably be you'd probably go to work regretting going to work every day because it was constantly, like I said, it was constantly leaking and had all these things that was going on with this dam all the time. You probably went in going, man, what the heck's going to happen today? Having all that frustration and everything, you know, those are the kinds of things that can hang into a place too.
Yeah.
And imprint upon it.
Yeah. And the fact that they flooded the land, especially the Chickamauga Cherokee land with their graves, their unmarked graves and everything, that's eerie.
Yeah. No one really got a chance to move a lot of that stuff.
No.
I mean, just right down here by going towards Cityco, there was one of the biggest ones was down there, and it's all underwater.
Yeah, that was the capital of the Cherokee, the
Nation,
eastern.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yep. That's where they think Tennessee got its name from.
Flooded the whole village.
Yep.
Crazy.
It's all under the water. It's crazy.
So you can go just downriver from Hell's Bar Dam to Nickajack Cave. It's a stunning natural landmark. This was the final refuge for Dragon Canoe's warriors and the location of the Nickeljack town. So when TVA created Nickeljack Lake, Nickajack, not Nickeljack, sorry.
It's kind of like Nickelback, but
yeah,
different.
The mouth of the cave was partially submerged, and crucially, the surrounding valleys and the burial sites were gone.
Yep.
Underwater. This is where the spiritual displacement is key. Ghost stories here are profound. People report seeing dark shapes moving just beneath the water's surface. They experience an overwhelming feeling of sorrow and disorientation near the cave's mouth. And some psychics even claim that the waters are heavy with the residual grief of the Cherokee, whose final resting places were desecrated and covered by the lake.
I could see that.
Yep. Now this next one we've been to. If you want to go through it.
This one we have been through, and I've had my own things that I've seen and that's happened. And this is Chickamauga, the Chickamauga battlefield. So the military park, while the famous battle fought there was the Civil War, the name itself reminds us of the region's first great war, the Chickamauga Wars. Now, this land was already saturated in blood by the time the Union and Confederate armies arrived in 1863. While many of the famous ghosts, like the Headless Soldier, are linked to the Civil War, the sheer intensity and variety of paranormal activity here is often attributed to the communal to the spiritual debt owed to the land. I can't speak right now. This is the ultimate fulfillment of Dragon Canoe's warnings. A place destined to witness bloodshed for centuries, where the sounds of ancient battles and modern cannon fire mix into an endless paranormal echo. And I can say, like Jason said, we went there and I told Jason how I felt when we got there. It literally felt like someone set 100-pound bag on my shoulders. Just set something on my shoulders because I felt just heavy. And at one point, we get out of Jason's truck. We're walking around looking at things and stuff, and I get sick. I literally feel like throwing up. Jason and his daughter hears horses neighing that aren't there. And at one point, I see a Confederate soldier. I mean, we're going along, and he's standing there, and he takes his hat off, and he's waving at me. This place, I went back about a month and a half or so ago, maybe 2 months ago with my wife. And again, felt the pressure on my shoulders. I did not feel as sick. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Did not feel as sick the second time I went. But I didn't leave myself as open as the first time I went either, because I just didn't even think about it, But at one point, the wife and I are at a spot, and I feel this something hot go through my back all the way through my front.
Mm.
And it felt like it was a stabbing pain is what it was. That's the only way I could think of it. It was like someone had just stabbed me. And it hurt. it hurt. But that's the first time I've ever felt anything like that. Yes, we're doing good. So, hey, Paul, did you get where you're going to stay for the conference and show and all that stuff? Have you got that handled? You know where you're going to stay? Maybe he's going to stay in the same place we are.
Yeah.
We're going to
party time.
party. Not yet. Uh-oh. Hey, the one good thing is where I told you that we are, they go ahead and let you hold a room, but you don't have to put nothing down. Do you, Jason?
Mm.
You pay for it when you actually get there. So, but that place is a hot spot.
And his curse came true for the best part, because that was the second bloodiest battle in the Civil War.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many soldiers were killed there, but it was the second next to Gettysburg.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It was major.
And like David said, he kind of scared me there when he started getting sick.
I felt like, I don't know, it was bad.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story with the horses. Me and my daughter, she was probably 9 years old.
Yes, haunted. Very haunted.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to go there.
At night.
When me and the wife went, I'll say this real quick and then let you get back to your story. When the wife and I went, I was noticing along, that main road, the one that you turn off to go to where they have the gun collections and all that stuff. And we looked at the gun collections too, the wife and I did. But down that main road, they've got pull-off areas. Yeah. So they can't keep you, they can keep you out of the park because they close a lot of those off. But you could still pull off in some of those areas. Mm. So I would like to ask and see if it was okay for us to pull off and do an investigation, as long as we didn't go, way into the park or something.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that whole place has just got to be rife with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can finish your story. Sorry.
Well, like I was saying, we had got out of the car and David was up ahead of us with Lori Hines. She came down, and I was reading this sign. It said, so many soldiers and so many horses, maybe 6 or 7 horses were killed here in this little open area, this field. And I know what I heard. And my daughter, I asked her if she heard that. She said, yeah, it sounded like a horse. And it was just wild. You know how they breathe through their nose?
Yeah, when they,
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. So,
you know, Paul, when we go in January, maybe on our way back, because on our way back, we will be really close to there
oh yeah.
coming back. Because we'll have to come back up 59 to 24 to 75. And I'm sure he's going to want to come back the same way. And instead of hitting 75 coming north, we just hit 75 going south. And you're only 25 minutes away once you do that.
Yeah.
So he said that was a great impression of a horse.
Do it again.
Mm.
So, you know,
Maybe I can make a career just out of doing
Yeah.
horse sounds. Or something.
impressions.
That's it.
So Dragon Canoe's warning, it was not just whispered magic.
Excuse me.
It was a desperate promise of resistance against, you know, destruction. It's a tragic story that underlies so much of East Tennessee's charm and darkness.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to we stop there and we'll check it out.
Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. You know, I like to slowly filter bee honey too. I make some mead.
Yeah, he does. It's good.
Yeah. Overly says snorting Winnie. Good job. Thank you, Paul. I had to sneeze. It was just.
So this curse, if it is a curse, which I think it is, it ain't simple. It's the complex, lingering trauma created when two cultures clash.
Right.
When the settlers and the natives, you know, when sacred lands are taken, when blood is spilled for generations, you know, it's a reminder that the land has memory and that the strongest forces in the mountains, Appalachian mountains, are often not the ghosts in the hallways, but the tragedies buried deep beneath the roots of the forest. I know this has been a little short show.
Well, we're not even 30 minutes in.
I know. I thought it was going to be long.
Well, we get to just BSing and
Yeah.
then things tend to go through a little bit quicker.
So if anybody has ever been to Hell's Bar Dam or perhaps Nickajack Lake, and if you ever felt any presence or anything, we'd like to hear your stories.
Absolutely.
You can send your evidence and experiences to info@paranormal411.org, and we might just feature it on our show.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But speaking of places like that, there's quite a few, in our area that I think have a lot of residual energy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Chickamauga, though, so far has by far been the one that has actually physically affected me.
Mm-hmm.
When we've gone and done something.
Yeah.
The only one that has done that. I've never had that really happen before. And was Red Sox. Huh. What about Texas? Yeah.
Taxes and tea.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. It was, like I said, it's the first time that I've ever had that visceral reaction to a place where it made me sick, where I got Because until we left, that 100-pound weight was just on my shoulders, just pushing me down. So, but I mean, here in Loudoun County area, there's quite a few places here that have a lot of that residual energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what makes it fun when we go out and do our investigations and stuff, because you never know what you're going to get, It's like,
Yeah.
so, but I think that what's really weird to me is that you go to Sequoia Birthplace Museum, which is right down the road. Was it 20 minutes away, Jason?
Yeah.
Maybe. And it's actually supposedly the spot where he was born.
Sequoia. Yeah.
Sequoia. Yeah. Cabins and stuff are there. I don't get that feeling there. I get peace.
Mm-hmm.
I just get peace.
Well, I think that it's kind of different, the nature of the tribes. I mean, I know it's Cherokee, but this Canoe was a warring people. Their tribe was warring.
Well, that's what he ended up doing, because he
Yeah.
didn't want to sell.
Yeah. So I don't think a lot of battles went on that land over there I know you got Fort Loudon, but
Yeah, you had Fort Loudon, where the fort is right now. It really wasn't there. It was across
yeah,
the water, kind of, but it's interesting.
it is. They even got the old settlements. You cross you walk down the back of the field, and first there's a burial
Mound. Yep.
Does that have Sequoia in it?
No, because he died in Mexico.
Okay.
Sequoia was trying to. So when the removal happened, and everybody was removed, and they took the Trail of Tears, a lot of people said, "Screw this," and just went to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And so Sequoia was on missions trying to get the Cherokee people back.
Yeah.
And he got sick and died in Mexico. Now, I don't know if he was brought back, but he got sick and died in Mexico.
So I just wonder who's in that mound.
From what I know, the mound that's over there on the Sequoia Birthplace Museum is part of the bodies that were pulled up before it was flooded or something.
Uh-huh.
And then they were reinterred in that mound behind the place. I think that's what that big plaque on it says.
Yeah.
That's why it's funny, is like you put that mound on there, and then all of a sudden these pseudo archaeologists get on our thing. You're like, well, the Cherokee people were not mound builders. First of all, this isn't a mound site. It's a burial mound. And yes, Cherokee did bury their dead in mounds.
Maybe I should have put burial mound instead of mound. I don't know. But people like to nitpick.
Yeah. Right. No, Tennessee, Kentucky, Bigfoot, you're right. The land does have memory. And I think that sometimes, we get to places and you can feel it. It's that feeling that you get when you go in somewhere and the hair raises up on your arms or on the back of your neck, and you're just wondering, what is it? It doesn't seem bad or anything. That's probably the land.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my grandfather, so my dad's dad, was full-blooded Cherokee Indian.
I guess I'm just whitey.
It's all right. I am too.
I'm just the old Irish, Scottish whitey.
I'm a Heinz 57.
Actually, my great-great-grandmother was half Cherokee. So, but you can't tell it by looking at me.
I don't think you can tell it looking at me.
Oh, you look just like it. One of them engines.
I get told all the time, "Are you a Native American?"
That's a good question. Overtly overstocked Oscars.
Aren't
all the mounds burial sites.
Yes and no. I think that when you start going into the mound building cultures, um, a lot of those mounds were just earthenworks that they built up, and then they built their structures on top of those mounds.
Yeah, I like the Serpent Mound.
Well, now that's a ceremonial mound.
Yeah.
That's just right here in Kentucky.
Yep.
Just not too far away from us. Or is it Ohio? No, it's Kentucky, I think. Anyway,
I'm not sure.
it might be Ohio now that my brain's, but anyway, it's somewhere just a little ways north of us. But yeah, some of them on the mound building cultures, they were only earthenworks to build up, and then they would put very important structures on top of those mounds. And I've been to quite a few of those sites and have tons of pictures and stuff, because I just find those cultures really interesting.
It's in Ohio.
Ohio, yeah. That's what I thought. I said Kentucky, and then Ohio hit me, and I was like, no, I think it's Ohio. Yep. Thanks for the fact checking.
Oh, yeah.
60-foot mound. Wow. You know, about every year I go up to Cherokee and go through the, go up there, and I love going through the museum. They've done a huge renovation. If you've never been there, it's a beautiful museum, and I would recommend everybody to go. It's an awesome place, but they've got a tip line to call if you know where any burial mounds are in your area, because they want to try to preserve them and stuff. So just, if you ever thought about it, you can get a hold of them, and they could definitely tell you if they know about them or not. Yes. Overtly overstocked Oscars. It is a lot of work. And a lot of those things took a long time to build, just so they could build, whatever structure it was on top. I mean, a lot of times you had a chief or somebody that lived up on top of the mounds. Because a lot of these were, hierarchical societies. They did have chiefs, like the Cherokee. They had a war chief and a peace chief. You always had two chiefs. So,
A war chief and a peace chief.
yep, you had two chiefs all the time. There's always two chiefs.
Oh.
Yep. Very important. Yeah, it's funny because you'll look at like if you look on places south of the border, right? So the Mayan and the Aztecs and stuff like that, how they built those structures a lot of times is one structure over another. So some of those huge structures actually are layers deep. You had an original structure, then they just built over it, then they built over it, and then they built over it. A lot of those pyramids and stuff are like that. But a lot of them started out as earthenworks, so mounds, and then they started building as their society got more and more and more intricate, and their technologies got better. When they started building with stone and stuff, then you started seeing these other structures become where those earthenworks were. But they still had mounds. The Mayans did have mound systems too. And what's funny is that over in Georgia, there's a couple of mounds up there that are identical to mounds in Mexico. Identical to size, shape, and what they were used for.
Astronomical features.
Yep. The mounds would have been.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes, I would say that probably you're right, overtly overstocked Oscars, because that's how it kind of worked south of the border. Is that those did become pyramids and things like that. So I wouldn't see why, if it kept going in that way, that it wouldn't have, the technology would not have come to the same conclusion.
That's interesting because of the recent discovery underneath the Great Pyramids.
Yes.
Where it was built on top of something else.
Yep.
That's pretty wild.
Yep. Yeah, and what it shows is that there's a starting of a culture, and then as that culture matured and got better, in all the ways that they get better, they also, their architecture and all that stuff just grows with it,
Yep.
So, and what makes me, yeah, not
the middle pyramid.
Yeah. What always made me excited about this stuff is that I truly, truly believe that the Mayans also lived in the Americas. I mean, and that is part of the Americas, but I mean, what we now call the United States of America. And what, really, I'd love to see the burial mounds.
Yeah, we might take you up on that.
Yeah, those are some sacred sites. But some of the things that they have found in the last, I don't know what it is, it's 10 years, maybe plus 10, 15 years, I guess it was, but up in Georgia, Brasstown Ball, Georgia. It looks like the way it's laid out, the way that the water features are, where they're pulling water from other sources into a central source in the center of the plazas, and they built with stone and everything else. They've got sides of the mountains terraced off. Looks like the same archaeology. Mm-hmm. The copper plates that they've pulled up out of the ground, and a lot of the other stuff that they've pulled up are the same, not almost like, but the same as what's seen in Mexico. So, I think that the archaeologists and stuff do not want to admit it. And we could go into tons of ways why I think that. They would have to admit that they are Americans, I guess. I don't know. But but either way it goes, it's an amazing story.
Yep.
Look at that. Us rambling has got us to the end of the show, hasn't it?
Yeah. We want to thank everybody for listening and watching. We do have a couple of shows lined up in January. On January the 8th, we're going to be talking with Corky Derrick. He does a podcast called The Paranormal War Room around here in this area, Sweetwater, Tennessee, and and we were on his show.
Thank you, Paul.
A few weeks ago. And so he's coming on our show January the 8th. We're going to be talking about the supernatural.
Ooh.
Now,
thank you, Paul.
Yeah,
even though
Paul.
It's not that last bit was nowhere near paranormal. It's just a love of mine. That's all it is.
Yeah. So we got another show lined up for January the 10th. It's on a Saturday. You don't want to miss this when we have Natalie Smearman coming on. She's a cryptid and paranormal investigator. She works with Relic Films, Mr. Greg Ogles, and I think she's with NCI, North Carolina Investigates.
She's also with Paul.
Yeah, she also does a podcast with Paul. It's going to be a fun time. So, that being said, we hope you come out this Saturday to our show. We don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're going to do something. We might go live from the Loudon Christmas Parade. You never know.
We'll do something.
Yeah.
We also, at the end of January.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that one. Go ahead. At the end of January, the 31st, we're going to be going down to Alabama to Relic Films premiere of The Vanished, which features Adam Davies, Natalie Smearman, a few people's in the movie. Krista and
Paul's going to be there. Paranormal Paul.
Yeah.
From Paranormal Among Us. I think he's going to be doing a live show from there.
You can get your tickets on Eventbrite, eventbrite.com.
I need to put that up on our website.
Yeah.
Don't I?
Yep.
Yep.
We need to put it up.
So then we could just say, hey, go to our website and you can buy your tickets there.
Stephen, we hope you get to go.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. We're not going by any capacity, but just to go and watch this movie and you know, get to talk to everybody. It's been a while since we got to see some of these people.
I think a lot of it was filmed up here in Cades Cove in Townsend.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's interesting because Natalie and Greg went with me to there. So, well, wonder what they got. Now that makes me really want to watch it even more.
Yeah.
What they caught.
All right. So I guess we'll see you Saturday at 8 p.m.
Can't say that to my fellow Californians. Yes. Yep. That's what I thought. He'll be doing live interviews. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Paul. Yep. Yeah. We'll have to go up there and talk to him. What's up? How you doing? Woohoo! Someone said something.
What the hell?
Gotta go up. There you go. 2 people said something. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thanks everybody. We really appreciate everybody.
Stephen, you'll have to go back and watch it. We was talking about dragging Canoe.
Yes.
And his curse.
Which I think is, like Jason said, probably very real. But no, we're going to be there, and hey, you know, get your tickets and definitely come out and sit and watch the movie with us.
Remember, it's at eventbrite.com. You can look up The Vanished premiere and find the tickets. They're cheap.
They are. They're not very much. I think they're what, $17?
17 and some change.
Yeah. So, and you know, if you live here in East Tennessee, it's just a hop, skip, and jump from Loudon here. It's a 4-hour drive.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, you can't even eat your favorite bag of popcorn hardly, and then you'll already be there. So, drink your one monster drink, and then you'll be ready to run beside the car.
Don't drink no monster drinks.
I haven't drank those in a long time.
They'll blow your heart up.
Since I've not been a truck driver for so long, I stopped drinking all that.
Did you take him one-shot energy drinks?
I did. They didn't do nothing for me. There was something that someone had told me that they took, and I guess you're only supposed to drink half, and then you could drink the other half. And they accidentally drank the whole thing. One night I was so tired. I don't know. I'd already been up for quite a while because we was dropping off and stuff. And then, you know, I was driving my 11-hour shift. And so I pulled in, and coffee was not doing it anymore. My body was at that stage, you know, where you get numb and you're vibrating and your head is foggy. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'm getting me one of those.
That's what happens to me when I don't take my crazy medicine.
Is it? So I got me one of those going, okay, I'm drinking this and this is going to wake me up. Man, it didn't do me no good. None. I'll tell you, when I get really tired like that, you know what helps me?
Licking frogs. I don't know.
How did you know? No, I'm just snacking. So if I get those big bags of that cheese popcorn.
I guess that's why.
Sit there and just chewing on something, just eating something like that, just wakes me up and I'm good.
I must be tired all the time because look at I'm 300 plus pounds here, snacking all the time.
You're snacking too much.
Me and David's been going to Mexican restaurant for lunch about every day. He's been 3 times this week.
I know. That's bad, huh?
Yeah.
I used to go home and eat lunches all the time, and now here I am.
Now I call David. I say lunch.
Lunch, and
He'll
I'm
say,
like, yes. Yep. Let's do it.
Oh,
That's funny. But you know, nothing is better than Mexican's food. I'm just
yeah, it's pretty good
5 days
stuff.
a week. And then it's just, half a mile from work. So
Shout out to El Senor here in Loudon. It's
Yes.
good food.
it is good food. And their bar is
Yeah.
really awesome.
Nice waitresses.
I don't mean their drinking bar is also awesome. I'm talking about their salsa bar.
Yeah.
Salsa bar is really good. So anyway,
All right. Take us out, sir.
let's see if I can.
Take us out, Scotty.
Oh, and you're going to notice a little bit difference because we have liberated ourselves. We are no longer part of
WDJY.
WDJY. And it was a one-sided relationship. I'm sure everybody can understand those.
Oh, yeah.
So the spiel does no longer have WDJY in it, but it's okay. It's on to bigger and better things. Hopefully one of these days, something will come along. And if not, we'll still be here. So it doesn't matter. All right.
We're going to get to the top of that mountain one way or another. Even
if we have to build it. No. Remember, you can find us at paranormal411.org, Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. Tune in live every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern, and also Saturdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Now, we're also on Subspace Radio and all major podcast platforms. Hey, we've got 3 books out now. Just let you know, 3. 1, 2, 3. Those of you that live around here, that's this many. Okay. It's East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore.
3 of them. 3 of them, dude.
East Tennessee Haunting and Lore, Edition 2, a comprehensive guide to paranormal investigation and the Haunted Ledger. Now, they're all available on Amazon or at paranormal411.org. Join us.
We'll see y'all Saturday.
Yes.
Thanks for
Everybody
watching.
have a good night.
Have you ever wondered what lurks in the shadows? What secrets the night hides? What strange phenomena might be happening just beyond your perception? Join us as we journey into the world of the paranormal, exploring everything from ghosts and UFOs to cryptids and unexplained occurrences. From haunted houses to all things paranormal, join us in the search for the truth behind the veil. Welcome to Paranormal 411.